Okay, so we are with Miss Victoria Hama on Wednesday, January 6th.
Yes.
Okay. Miss Hama, I'm happy to say, is an Africa talker, good contributor to Africa Talks. I was quite impressed that you worked during the election as a polling station officer.
Yeah, specifically as a presiding officer.
Presiding officer?
Yeah.
In a polling station?
Yeah, in a polling station.
So you were the administrative head of a polling station?
Basically so, yeah.
Okay, so what did you have to do?
The presiding officer, as you rightly said, is the administrative head. Is responsible ultimately for decisions that actually occurs or goes on within the particular polling station. So yes, you accept the ballot papers and sign, accounting for the receipt of the ballot papers. You then tax the polling assistants. We have about 4 of them to various roles and responsibility towards the process of conducting the elections. And then you also manage the people who come with various complaints and all that. And after the polling has been conducted, that is, if polling process of election has ended at 5 p.m., you actually reorganize and go about with the counting process.
So you worked on the 7th of December as well as the 28th?
Yeah, I worked on the 7th of December and 28th. But okay. On the 7th, I was really I offered myself voluntarily to be part of the process. However, on the 28th of December, that was 24th of December, the round of elections, I was not supposed to have been an officer, but there was a problem of not having replacement in some of the electoral areas where the elections were conducted. So I was called on emergency.
Where did you work geographically? Where did you work?
Around within Abekuma Central. The first one I was at Mataiho area, and the second one at around Banana Inn. I don't know if you are familiar.
I know. This is close to Dansuma.
That's true. Yeah.
And so when did you have to be at post? What time? What time? So the materials were supplied at a central point in the constituency.
The materials were received individually.
They were brought to you at the polling station.
Yeah. The December 7th election, I was there as early as 4 a.m.
4 a.m.
Before I even got there was a long queue of about hundreds of people, wanting to be there as early as possible in order to cast their vote. So I received the materials on December 7th around exactly about 6:45.
Okay.
Yeah.
15 minutes before the.
15 before the time, the official time of commencing our voting. And so we put everything together and we started voting exactly 7.
What about December 28th?
Oh, December 28th, this is what happened. I was called at around 9:30 because they didn't have a presiding officer. However, the returning officer had received the ballot boxes and the materials for the elections, conduct of the elections. So when I went, it started. But I went to make sure everything was right, and then we continued with the process.
I see. I mean, you are a graduate from Legon. I'm sure the pay for all this was not that great. So what was the incentive for doing something like this?
Okay, I am a political science student, and I like to get involved in the political and democratic processes of our society. So first and foremost, the motivation was to know what goes on as far as the conducting of elections in Ghana is concerned, and I wanted to be part of the grassroots process and understand the real process of election machinery in our country. And that was a very incredible experience I had.
What did you learn? What are some of the most important things that you learned?
First and foremost, we went for training for the elections. We went for 1-day workshop, and so we were informed as to what we do and the powers and the limitations of the presiding officer and how to manage conflict. I actually had to resolve certain conflicts. We give certain concessions. That's affirmative consideration for persons above the age of maybe 60 and above, who you can tell are not too strong to be in a long queue.